many Americans call it, and that's as accurate a description as you can get. This is, after all, an instrument fabricated from a 55-gallon steel oil barrel. But its Trinidadian name, pan, cut loose from description of the object, is more evocative. Because pan is not just a steel drum, it's also the music played by these orchestras and these percussion instruments. And it's these steel orchestras that created a local culture and spawned a global movement. The pan is an instrument, a musical genre, a cultural force, a unifier, a bringer of joy, exuberance, and creativity. But Trinidad's gift to the world was also born out of struggle, unspeaking oppression, and violence. From the decks of his ship, Christopher Columbus sighted Trinidad on his third transatlantic voyage in 1498. The British took possession of this island of plantations in 1802, and with it, an economy built on the backs of enslaved labor. In 1883, Trinidad's terrified colonial leadership banned the Orisha-led drums of Kalinda stick fighters, calling them rogues and vagabonds. Necessity breeds creativity, and ingenious Trinidadian musicians, desperate for the community of drumming and music, began using bamboo cut to size and calling it tambu bamboo, transferring their rhythms and remaking their musical culture. The fragility of tambu bamboo led to beating scraps of metal, tin cans, and parts of derelict cars. One day, in the late 1930s, someone realized that drumming on a dented can produced different tones in different sections. Immediately, a generation of young men focused on that discovery, each one trying to outdo the other by pounding 3, 5, 9, 14 notes on that can, that drum, that pan. In the early 1940s, an American military base in western Trinidad ensured that the country was stocked with excess oil barrels. In a decade, by 1950, full ensembles of pans were pounding out musical styles from calypso to classics. The genie was out of the bottle, and with it, unleashed wild passions and blind loyalties. Rhythm making fueled rivalry between neighborhoods in Trinidad and other centers of Afro-Creole culture. Initially, when two steel bands met, each tried to drown out and disorient the other's players, each taking away the other's revelers and pride. Many of these early steel bands were also street gangs, and they fought like lions, for turf, for musical ascendance, for women, or just for the fun of it. Respectable Trinidadian society, still in the minds of colonial Britain, recoiled in fear and loathing. The police came down hard, but those young pan men continued fighting for themselves and for their culture. And just as their rock and roll counterparts in America, pan men made beautiful music that eventually seduced their society and became cultural mainstream. Pan men swam against the tide of Western colonial privilege by transforming the drum, without abandoning its rhythmic power, into a melody maker, and the steel band into a generator of lush harmonies. The Great Migration of Caribbeans to North America and Europe after World War II brought pan men and pan across the globe. Antigua, Guyana, Toronto, New York, London, Miami, and Tokyo all foster steel band movements, and in each new locale, the pan remains ingrained into local music and culture. There now remains very few places on earth untouched by the scintillating sounds of pan, and the instrument is ubiquitous in schools and universities. Pan remains an amateur activity, however, in the original Latin sense of the word, amator, lover, because pan still offers everyone the ancient pleasure of making music with other pan lovers of every race, class, creed, nationality, and age. A Japanese woman plays alongside an Indo-Trinidadian teenager, an Afro-American girl, a white Trini teenager, and a 75-year-old black Trini man. After rehearsal, they all chat and joke. No other institution has so thoroughly dismantled the barriers between races, nationalities, genders, classes, educational levels, and ages. Here, in Milwaukee, our city, we celebrate our connection to a small instrument, to the small island across the sea, a community that created one instrument, which led to a global community known as pan. Here, in Milwaukee, our city, we celebrate pan as a living symbol of the beauty and change that can arise from oppression and times of struggle. Here in Milwaukee, our city, We recognize that struggle still exists on a worldwide and local level. Here in Milwaukee, our city, we are thankful for the opportunity to use this instrument to positively represent ourselves, our organization, our city, the people of Trinidad, and the global pan community.